Okay, this new menu is William. Okay, today's is called. We're discussing about neutron stars. Now, what is a neutron star? You might be asking, right? Well, if you don't know about that already, I can tell you. I can Google it for you. Because, well, you know that, well, because you know a red giant, when it goes nova, it turns to a white dwarf and then a black dwarf. A white dwarf star and a black dwarf star. You know, and also a hypergiant star will go hypernova and turn into a black hole and then into a white hole. But what about, but a star that goes supernova will turn into a neutron star. And I think after that, after neutron star, I think it'll turn into a black neutron star that's been cooled off. These, I think. Here, I'll put my neutron star for you. So you know what kind of star it is. And I think a neutron star is probably started so massive, but it's pretty small, probably like the planet Mercury. So a neutron star is a celestial object of a very small radius, typically 18 miles, a very high density, composed from a density of closed packed neutrons. Neutron stars are typically formed by the conditional collapse of a remnant of a massive star after a supernova explosion, provided that a star is infinitely massive to produce a black hole. So infinitely massive to produce a black hole. Okay, so. So yeah, neutrons are stormed when a massive star runs out of fuel and collapses. That's what a neutron star is. Okay, so that's what a neutron star is. I think a neutron star will probably look like this. That's probably what a neutron star looks like. A very massive star with a small radius that's been a remnant, that's been a collapsed remnant of a massive star after a supernova explosion. And I know it's not gonna last forever because it will probably just cool off into a black neutron star, and then it will be done. But I don't know how long that will gonna take, but probably but that's not about these neutron stars. Okay, sorry about the yawning. Anyway, you can learn about what neutron stars are called in other languages. Anyway. A neutron star in Spanish is estrella neutron.
Estrella neutrón.
And the French is
étoile à neutrons.
a neutron. Now in Mandarin. Okay, Zhongzheng. Okay, so is neutron star in Mandarin.
النجم النيوتروني.
Okay, that's neutron star in Arabic. Okay. No, I'm not there anymore. Down. Chusei. Okay, that's how to say neutron star in Japanese. Okay, now what about Korean?
중성자비아에.
Josongjibaye is yeah, that's how to say neutron star in Korean. Okay. Okay. Now let's learn about neutron stars. Okay, stellar nucleosynthesis. That's what we read about, okay? So stellar nucleosynthesis. Where did heavy elements come from? Why are we concerned about heavy elements? Where did the fundamental number green 26 come from? The answer points to two running programs of the story of the origins. Okay, and the based on program of the random of the events which something like this ain't itself. The second is the based on X nihilo, out of nothing creation, and you know, this isn't with the biblical narrative. Okay, and it says right here, and in September 2017, it issued up Art of Acts and Facts. We looked at the question of the origin of the elements in our solar system and universe. We learned that the elements heavier than meat cannot be produced in stars like our sun because our nuclear fusion reactions of our above become allodymic, i.e., a steady medium may supply energy reaction for it to occur. Here's radiation from the pulsar PSR B15958, a spinning neutron star, makes a nearby gas to glow gold, and from the Jandara X-ray Observatory, and it illuminates the rest of the nebula of the blue and red of Y. It's my field of the infrared survey explorer. Image credit of X-ray, NASA sale of infrared. Caltech adapted to use the coordinates of federal copyright, and for use, doctrine is ICR did not imply endorsement of a copyright holder. Okay, now here's article. So not enough energy. Well, organize. They're going to study our models, and they're going out to the Earth, are made in stars here, right here, billions of years ago. But heavy ions and gold and uranium can be made as hot as known stars, and events were created by the place on the Earth's God design. So, in order to have a nuclear diffuse, one of the nuclear must have energy at least 91 MeV, make it electron volts, in order to become the energon barrier between them. The nuclear reaction occur all a mass energy division of 44 MeV, and mass of its fruits of the reaction, and becoming a medium. Now, 91 MeV will correspond to the temperature of, well, I'm going to see 1.6 times 10 to the 12 Kelvin. And 44 MeV corresponds to a star, which are approximately 5 by 1 and to 10 11th power Kelvin. The hottest stars measured to date are the blue hypergiants such as Antiquity, and the temperatures in the neighborhood 4 times 10 to the 4th power Kelvin. Approximately 7 orders of magnitude less than energy required such fusion reactors to occur. The hottest known place in the universe occurs to seeing gas surrounding a swarm of galaxies in the constellation Virgo, and the gas of the amazing 3 times the 10 to the 8th power Kelvin, still 3 orders of the magnitude too cold for nuclear fusion above Fe. Clearly, it is not possible for any elements to form known as stable stars and nebula, and know how to maintain scientists explain the existence of heavy elements. To see for possible heavy element factories, mainstream science first focus on exploding supernovas. We give you a case of supernovas and getting explode material at velocities of 3 times 7 billion second. Okay. No, second. Okay. And about a 10% speed of the light. And this is claimed that the first 7 no direct evidence supporting this it was found. And the primary nuclear present in supernova debris would be lighter elements such as hydrogen and helium. Well, claim velocity of expanding material, and based on either of these elements, then the temperature expanding supernova debris would have to be ordered at 2 times to 11 power Kelvin. This is still not enough to fuel the fusion of 2 nuclei. It is enough to increase the apparent contradiction of the sun gas of the association 5, and it is also interesting observation of supernova debris from. As in 1977A, as revealed across the 1% of going to explode to be present at the supernova ejecta. Perhaps this is very why we have decided our elements to observe in such debris. Okay, mainstream science and still faces the conundrum of where the elements come from. Mainstream is a conundrum where it's a stellar nuclear sources. Where did the heavy elements come from? That's from www.icu.org. Neutron capture models. So mainstream science has been based on conundrum where heavy elements come from. The supernova explosion model is shaky of the past. Of the earlier doesn't appear to be observed data. In order to secular science turn this stepwise direct nuclear reaction, since protons capture is proposal of the circular sides of the simple nuclear fusions. And since proton capture is unlikely due to barrier about 9 MeV, but the most probable sequence of the produced elements would be constructive neutron compare reactions of the percentage of the decay with the sequence into an unstable isotope. So the C process and R process, depending on cause of proceeds slowly or rapidly. These three observations, these models are: 1. Segregation nuclear reactions on the same nucleus become increasingly probable in large migration of target particles. As under all events, one, there's no way observation to time or ever. Into radio manufacturing later. Where all the neutrons exceeded these two models come from. Finally, we are having nuclei produced of 3 as a method of existing all around the universe. Observation collision of the two. Neutron stars and AGC 4088 galaxy, and thus offer hope as in the question of all these answers exactly. Okay. And from the time question, for all the neutrons are sent to serve our presence a function, and so many times it may come from. This sentence is discovered after sensitized to the point where it's going to be states. The astronomers have observed 50 Earth masses with a silver, 100 Earth masses of gold, and 500 Earth masses of platinum forged by the event. For these masses, we observed and measured of these unstated, where a strong absorption lines between 30 and 300 nm observed for serving gold for C figure 1 if actual mechanism these elements, but also these unclear. It is in collisions that produce energy in those involving into colliding neutron stars. And then there are emission lines for the isotopes AU 98.5 keV and AU 395.4 keV is okay. So the two primary students of lines for subjected from as in 1987A. So observers have evidence for gold AU and silver AG and platinum AT. Okay, but gamma ray, spectra of collision debris, and neutron stars, and the neutrons are possibly electrons of the radioactive nuclei, and specifically of our process neutrons become from, and the ambiguous and big question remains: how much do we become? And as big as the question remains, how much is already there, and how much formed from the collision? There are stated evidence 13 of these two true neutron stars smashed into other one at 1/3 of the speed of light of 10 and 10 to the 8th power meters per second, and traveling by the speed of the measure of the distance of 7. Second, okay, travel the speed of the temperatures, which we go to say 7 times the 10 to the 11th power Kelvin, and it's also sort of the initiation of the 10 to the 6th power Kelvin, and so sympathize at the temperature of the neutron star at each 10 to 11 to 10 to a 12 power Kelvin. Okay, we can conclude that neutron stars have nuclear formed. We conclude that neutron stars that are collided and newly formed Explanations that Hypothesis is mistaken. What is the actual observation of these evidence of these makeup of neutron stars? Neutron stars are known to be small, in order 20 kilometers in diameter, and extremely dense. And these that seem to be a single world. Yeah. It's never extremely okay. Neutron stars are known to be 20 kilometers diameter, extremely dense. Estimated to be disputable will have weigh 1 billion tons, wrapping objects of 43,000 revolutions a minute. But its intense magnetic field of 10 to the 8th power, 15 times of the Earth's magnetic field. Earth's accelerations on the Earth are each 10 to 14, 12 Kelvin. 10, okay. Or 10 to the 12th power Kelvin. The collapses of the gold nuclei, yet there have been evidence of founding. Yeah, that's what graduation these energies. And that these energies are going right. It is a nuclei, represents a process of expansion and puts in spirit of fusion. Now, too many unanswered questions. The cycle of explanations origin of elements are taken over the years of being produced by exploding supernovas and being produced in colliding neutron stars. And these explanations only continue probable of the events happening aggressive high energies and computer times of fracas and instance. In every asking matter. Ideas answers program. On the other hand, are we going to take this political the rest and universe planetary design? So I know your creator which Earth were delivered days before sun, moon, and stars in the first 12 and towards June 2016. And if we're going to say on validity of the count, it does not allow any evidence to reach there. And also it's three they come from the stars. It takes more faith to believe in synthesized views of the psychic world than to accept the perfect disposition of the universe that was created by the hand of God. There few human beings who are fashioned for the destiny of chapter 2 verse 7, not a stardust. And more faith believes in the of the psychic world adapt to their family. In a separate in the universe that were created by God and hand out a warning. Okay, we're going to have to okay, so within that the star, it does not be sensitized views of the psychic world intended its perfectly universal position, and that the universe created by God, we were created by of God out of nothing. Okay, now deep space objects are young. Now, secular astronomers claim the universe is immensely ancient, almost 14 billion years old. Yet the Bible clearly teaches that God created the universe using past about 6,000 years ago. A previous pack article how observations of our own solar system are much more consistent than recent creation with the long ages. Both observations beyond our solar system are deep space. Observations more in a young universe or an old one. Okay, now why do you have spiral galaxies? It's like it's named because of the spiral arms one. The spiral galaxy slowly spins around the axis. And is stardust casting over the axis under a region less. It could be a revolution and die farther out. And the results where arms are wind up, and eventually the spiral shape will become unrecognizable back to an envelope. Correlations by models suggest that in a few 100 million years, the actual winding will cause the spiral structure to become enormously tighter than what can be observed. Okay, back to envelope calculations of SPI models. In just a few 100 million years, industrial winding could cause the structure to become noticeably tighter than you can observe. However, some astronomers claim that spiral structure can be destroyed in a few 100 million years. In any case, winding up by certainly only a structure after 5 billion years or so figure too. And yet, these secret scientists are studying galaxies, including Milky Way galaxy, are around 10 billion years old. If this is the case, why is it recognize spiral galaxies? The argument assumes it means to be spiral arms against objects, particular remains of a spiral arm over time, and spiritual scientists are necessarily the case. Spiral arms are not real physical structures, but since they rotate around the galaxy and a different of dismantles. In these areas, so it's observational cogs, the cars of traffic jam. These traffic observations are present over time, even though different individual cars to pass out of the clog. Similar fashion, so scientists will agree. Stars of as well gases and dust particles are continue moving into the high density regions. Supposedly, the structure for billions of years supposedly allows the formation of neutrons of the new stars. Okay, what galaxy is one known galaxy? Okay. Right, I was video. Okay, it's video about results of this corona was galaxy winding. So the galaxy is doing a just 0. Line of the is when etc. When it's 5 million years, it's erased. It's going to take Albert. However, it's premature to see the say NC wave. It's a problem. Well, the 1940s, window of the 1960s, so the scientists are still working on the results of the. So your solution is consistent. So going to form a theory, and if it's going to predict one such solutions need to start so you need to do read as what are instead of draw. I'm right back. I'm gonna let my mom know what the Mama? Okay, so I'm back. I'm just talking to my brother Daniel. Okay. So let's keep reading this. Okay, the solar computer simulations have been consistent of simulated computer theory. The first of the contradicted. One such simulation, the stars rotate do rotate the spirals after all. Secular astronomers admitted that they have difficulties. What causes the density in the first place? Maintains the wave over time. According to Astronomy Encyclopedia, the density of the work in process. When we answer the question is how the density wave survives in so long periods, given an enormous amount of energy versus studied guest of just one of the expected to die over time. For these reasons, spiral galaxies have a young universe argument regardless of secular objections. Now, hot blue stars. Hot mass stars are hotter and bluer than less massive stars. And these are consumed in nuclear fuel more quickly. By the reckoning of the hot blue star, that's 15 times greater than our sun has a lifetime of 15 million years. But these hottest blue stars are about masses around 25 times greater than our sun, and have lifetimes are just a few million years. Creation astronomer Ron Simic, if you point out these, it's been lifetimes of basic computer models still in evolution. These models are calibrated by assuming that our sun is 4.6 billion years old. Now, this one is about the star cluster millions of our stars at times. We do the assumptions that around 15 million years. All these blue stars have lifetimes just a few million years. And yet we did require scientists of such and famed of the astronomers stated. I suspect that the sun is 4.5 billion years old. And now we're given some new unexpected results of the majority of the expected aggregation of which an adjustment but against survive against live. Bishop Usher's value about 6,000 years of the age of the Earth and the Sun. I don't think we have that much time for us Iranians starting to conflict with that. Creation scientists argue that the Sun and stars are truly just thousands of years old. So these estimated star lifetimes are obtained, assuming the Sun is 4.6 billion years old, and it couldn't have large errors. And in any case, even by secular reckoning of blue stars, and even last millions of years before they eventually explode. So, if the universe is 13.8 billion years old, why do these hot blue stars still exist? Secular scientists claim that new stars are born, but it's all blue stars and they have died. And this is Suryani explains that the continued presence of neutron star of these blue stars and spiral galaxies, as noted earlier. This is most of problems, but what about new blue stars that have been found in places other than spiral galaxies? For monastic star formation, perhaps barely possible. Extremely unlikely, as astrophysicist Dylan deGrasse Tyson, no friend of the creation movement, was marked. The creation of the scary part of this, none of us had advanced that the stars exist, and frontline research, however, plenty of convincing reasons why stars would never form. Of these reasons of the secular form formation theories, the kind of degeneration stars already been in existence. The theory for star formation is the existing of stars very convincing. The very existence of the million stars in the universe identified rebuked the Big Bang model, and continued existence of all blue stars argument that the universe is young. Now, globular clusters. Globular clusters are beautiful severity of collection of the stars of the orbit of the hot galaxies. Our Milky Way contains about 150 known nuclear clusters, figure 4, and nuclear clusters are around 9 to 10 billion years old, even older. Neutron stars are regular of nuclear clusters of the old universe beliefs. As the name implies, a neutron star is composed of magnetic particles called neutrons. A typical neutron star is a mass of about one and a half times greater than our sun. But this material is squeezed into a body only 10 miles across. This means a neutron star it could be dense. A tablespoon of a neutron star material would have the same mass as Mount Everest. Okay. Then it says mass ED of a neutron star weight of globular star clusters. Neutron stars are thought to be formed by a certain supernova explosions. Neutron stars receive a noticeable kick from the explosions. Give them speeds different of their parent stars. These can be hundreds of thousands of kilometers per second. The higher a neutron star's speed is easier to escape of the cluster's gravitational pull. In fact, the speeds of most neutron stars are so high they should be able to escape of the globular clusters in just thousands of years. Furthermore, high mass stars like the globular clusters are supposed to generate neutron stars very quickly, and these globular stars are supposed to be billions of years old. If there are any neutron stars that should still remain within globular clusters, yet the Milky Way globular clusters contain hundreds of thousands of such neutron stars. This neutron star is a rotation problem. Strongly suggests that the globular clusters are just thousands, not billions of years old, and the presence of the black holes within globular clusters may also be the problem for deep time for a simple reason. Furthermore, the animal star within some globular clusters are rotating around a central axis, yet radiational interactions between stars should have long ago erased any such rotational tendency. The area and numerical simulations of globular clusters indicate of any central rotation should be erased on relatively short timescales, because any globular clusters already formed billions of years ago, and we would expect any rotation signatures would have been eradicated by now. Nevertheless, many globular clusters show this radiational tendency. Perhaps globular clusters aren't billions of years old after all. And what about distant starlight? Well, distant galaxies are millions or even billions of light years away from us, since the speed of light is finite. And secular scientists argue that the distant starlight must take millions and billions of years to reach us. Creation scientists disagree. The Hebrew text in Genesis demands that the light of the stars is emitted by day 4 of the creation week, and also arrive at that same day. Perhaps this is a bona fide miracle, or perhaps the laws of physics of God accepted the law to allow distant starlight naturally to reach us in a short time. If the latter situation almost certainly involves Einstein's theory of relativity, the creation scientists would have proposed a number of suggestions as how God may have done this. It should be known that the Big Bang model has its own version of the problem, which is one of the main reasons that the secular cosmologists added inflation theory to the model, but the inflation theory has become so strange that the secular scientists have harshly criticized it. Here's the conclusion. other deep-space objects as known proposed for time. Secular scientists claim that density supermassive black holes formed less than billions of years after the supposed Big Bang, but it's time difficult to explain how enormous such objects naturally form so rigidly quickly. Tunisian structures in the Eagle Nebula's pillars of creation are so short-lived for the secular scientists to think an amazing coincidence. We open to observe them today. Despite the dogmatic assertions, secular scientists their claim that the universe is billions of years old is not a foregone conclusion. Challenges of both the creation and secular models, both the proponents of evidence, including favors reason's creation. Okay, now Spain Star Treks into gold. Another article, but this is an answer in Genesis, so. Okay, so October 6, 2017, two press of the generation, but installs and takes neutron stars merging. And the theory of the attention was the claim of this produced about 10 times the Earth's mass of gold. Most of the stories of this fact of what parts of conjectures. What does this mean? Let me sort through this. Compact object gravity waves. First, what is a neutron star? A neutron star is a very compact yet massive sphere composed entirely of neutrons. The upper limit is possibly it's about 3 times of the mass of the sun. A neutron star has a diameter only a few miles. Given a mass of a small size, a neutron star has an extremely high density. A teaspoon neutron star has a mass of all automobiles even manufactured. How can this be? Keep in mind, this matter of mostly empty space, the nucleus and the atom is very dense, but this is occupies very little space. Electrons have very little mass, and at the little orbit from the nucleus of the atom. And this is between the atoms of the very large compared to the size of the atomic nucleus. However, the matter of the neutron star is squeezed into a nuclear density. A neutron star is slightly dense in the back of the whole of the comparable mass. You may say this may sound like science fiction, but neutron stars were detected directly in the 1930s and were detected first in 1967. Black holes were first detected about the same time. Black holes and neutron stars collectively are called compact objects, and given the objects of high densities, compact of the great of the laboratories for testing of general relativity, and the curves of the theory of the gradual space and time, published by Albert Einstein a century ago. Einstein's existence of gravity waves. Gravity waves are ripples that vibrate time, and physicists that recognize four forces of gravity, magnetism, and strong and weak nuclear forces by far. Gravity is weakest of these forces. Gives weak nature. Gravity is viewable waves, rendering of these objects to detect. And records of compact objects of largest waves providing physicists about such to detect them. Directions of these produce largest gravity waves, providing these physicists about such to detect them. Gravity waves are first detected in 1974 by observing the shrinking orbit of the two neutron stars of the closed binary system that use gravity waves. Of the overall energy, drag of the tension of the gravity waves, and waiting until September 2015 of the seconds of this laser informameter, visual wave observatory, LIGO, measured gravity waves, resulted of the two large, stellar mass black holes and closed binary system. The complex and simple waves and the short burst of gravity. Waves of the loud and pieced together. What happened of this work was deemed significant. and again, near 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics. Okay, well, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I think it's start over here. The 1956 of 1994, two neutron stars of close gravity waves another system of energy degrades until 2015. These are neutral waves, observatory LIGO, measured gravity waves has been larger than two large stellar massive black holes. And the close gravity system is still complex, so rates of short bursts of the galaxy waves allow the to piece together what had happened. This work is deemed significant Goddard in 2017 Nobel Prize in Physics. Now, the observations. The UFO reported object 16,007 began on August 17, 2017. The lying observations of its initial wave signal lasted nearly 100 seconds. A third detector of interferometer in Italy also detected in this event. Astronomers designed this event. GW 1718 GW means initial wave. The numbers reverted to the date as event it was detected. As with GW 50,014, and the event of 2015 of the detected detection of initial waves. The spectrum of allowed the dragons of the nature of the event. The event of the data of the collision of neutron stars close to orbit is one with 1.1 solar masses of the 1.6 solar masses. The collision was part of the decay of the orbit of the initial gravity for so many years. So the event was of the collision of the two neutron stars and the merger of the two black holes. A scenario for the recent event that played out differently than earlier one. One nature is obvious evidence of while GW 17,000 GW 170,017 occur almost over 100 seconds. GW 150,914 lasted but 1/4 of a second, about 1 divided by 400 as long. Furthermore, unlike GW 150,914, GW 170,017 was detected as several wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum. Its detection of the gamma ray burst of the event astronomers labeled GRB 170,817A, and that the GRB stands for gamma ray burst, the like numbers before the date of the detection. Letter A indicates the first gamma ray burst detected that day. Both Earth orbiting Ephemeral Gamma Ray and Space Telescope FGST and the International Gamma Ray Astrophysics Laboratory Integral detected GRB 170,817A in less than 2 seconds after glacial descent ended. Gamma ray bursts have been known to have a century, but for many years their origins have unknown and audibly debated. The dominant theory of emerge of the gamma ray burst originate in neutron star mergers, because gamma ray bursts are so astronomically interesting. The detecting automatically unleashes the alert of major observatories around the world. Astronomers begin searching for the counterparts to the events. Information of the gravity wave measurements narrowed down to the small part of the sky. Within 11 hours, a team photographed a new star in GC 4093, a gravity and still constellation Hydra, estimated to be 1 million light years away. Personally, this object is previously emission from GW 2017, 9 years later, the Earth orbiting Gentruk X-ray Observatory, CXO, detect X-rays the source of the first time. And a week that radio wave is detected by a very large array, VLA, and the time delay as radio signals due to required for explaining eruption interact with matter in the environment of the neutron star binary system. invitation. So what's this event? Astronomers believe that the kilonova is a term that's been in 2010. A kilonova is the eruption caused by merge of two neutron stars. Merge of neutron stars and black holes are a close binary star, and the closed kilonova was in 2013 and was assigned by GRB 130,603b, which alerted astronomers to use the Space Telescope HST and to find a faint ever emission of distant gravity. However, JDW 130,017 was a opportunity to study a kilonova at multiple wavelengths. In many respects, the data provide a confirmation of the theory. Now, alchemy. What about an interesting part? The gold astronomers have eliminated theory, religion of the elements. Most astronomers think of the Big Bang, the solar universe, as being filled with hydrogen, helium, and a tiny amount of lithium. However, it doesn't explain the calcium of our bones and the iron of our blood. The carbon and oxygen and nitrogen counts for so much of the bulk of our bodies, and the silicon for so many rocks. Astronomers explain most elements are through iron via various nuclear reactions. I think of power stars, the nuclear of the star of our stars in different stages. There's of the nuclear reactions. I may think of power stars in different stages. Then these elements are spewed back into space after a stellar winds of supernova, and these elements are a mix of radiations of stars. Rotation of the stars slowly enriches the universe and elements the carbon to iron. Astronomers see these elements having an iron by the built-up bombardment atomic nuclei by neutrons. And by one of these rare elements are heavier than iron. Astronomers think that the elements are built up bombardment atomic nuclei by neutrons. As neutrons are added, atomic rate by nuclei increase, producing evidence of isotopes of elements. Atomic numbers do not increase. Atomic nuclei are very rich in neutrons and to be radioactive. When these are beta decay, neutrons are existently split into proton and electron. Electrons escape as beta particles, and protons remain the nuclei, increasing their atomic numbers, transmuting into their prosthetically heavy elements. There are two routes of this process, depending on how strong the flex neutron is. If the neutron flex is relatively low, the enhanced nuclei is sent to decay into elements before another neutron dissociation is likely. This is the S process, meaning that the capture of neutrons is slow compared to the rate of decay. However, the effects of elements and their isotopes, which only can be determine which isotopes and which elements are produced by either R process or S process. The S process are thought to be occur within certain stars. Indeed, S stars are thought to undergo the S process. The S process of rich S process elements. On the other hand, R process can only happen in very explosive events, such as supernova, but supernova can only explain only a small fraction of abundant of most R process elements, and such as the disruption of neutron stars would eliminate so many neutrons. Kilonovae, and has been the bulk explain the bulk of our process. Elements universe. This explained widespread program to observe JDW 130,017 across the electromagnetic spectrum. This gives astronomers a witness activity a rare event. This high neutron flux material, immediate velocity of the colliding neutron stars, does not produce a good amount of our process elements. The decay of the heavy nuclei produced was of the fuel of a sonic eruption field of the many wavelengths, which brings us to the gold. Gold is an R process element. Observations have determined of the theories of the explosion process of the process emitted of the necessity how much gold produces. Mind you, I'm actually have had to predict evidence of this involved. This was the golden part of the story. How much conjecture. A new religion. And this is the theory of the elements of the Big Bang Kilonova, an ultimate evolutionary model. The astronomers and physics commented about it. The Nick Carl Sagan has been found of its stardust measuring of the several others. Starglassy, Glitz of Crass, went even further, saying, "Forget Jesus. The star dies. The stars died so you could be here today." Determining that poetic thing that he knows in physics, but this science hardly remounts of the creation myth. It's sort of the secular religion in a weird way. This reminds of the scenes of the Beneath of the Planet of the Apes. The second film Planet of the Apes series involved in this thing of races of the doomsday weapon that it can destroy the planet, has the Greek letters Alpha and Omega in its casing. The stars created us, and as our creator, and they weren't worshipped as our gods. If the stars created us as our creator, we would warrant worship as our gods. Far-fetched. Hardly the sun worship is probably recognition as a foreign rule of the sun, place of our lives, but they do of the moon of other struggle bodies. But once the light of the true God is removed, man can worship almost anything. Nor must worship involve ropes and hymns. Christ speaks reverently about the stars when sharing his notions of our origin, whether he is whatever of it. His elements statement about to the form of worship. And now this article right here. Is God deceiving us? Well, the answer is no. Satan's deceiving us. But let's still read this article anyway. So Dr. Lyle provides a feedback of concerning the of since Starlight problem. Jason Lyle, the city of Thurgood Physics of the Society of Diversion of Big Archive. What it has God creating colliding galaxies, and everyone expects it takes time for idea of no answer. I think it's sky. Okay, we look at the skies and see stars in a stage of their evolution. Young ones, middle-aged ones, supernovas, and remnants of supernovas. White dwarfs, neutron stars, and black holes. We know that these processes take millions of years, so we still left with the God who created entities we already formed. With the appearance of age, it is that what I think Jason. That God created 4 neutron stars, the city of the expanding of the cloud debris, and a step forward step from God, created light years of a route from the stars. It would be very small, deep of the baggage of the text of the language of the 20th century. Physics, a language we understood by thousands of people to hold the history of the whole of today. The deceitful God, the price of pay for the orientation of Genesis, and it'll stick to the very story of a honest God. David Edwards, UK. Jason Lyle's latest 40 of the analytical physics of interesting division of what does actually achieve. The shows of the light of the distant galaxies does not take billions of years to reach observers on Earth. Thereby refutes the common argument used by critics of the Bible. So has God created colliding galaxies? Can you provide the other reason why God will not create some galaxies in collision? We consider that it takes the time to form. This idea has no answer. This is obviously begging the question, how do you know that the given structure takes time to form? Indeed, the first stars and galaxies do not form, and they were spoken in existence by God. We look in the sky to see stars, various states of their evolution, young ones and middle-aged ones, supernovas, and remnants of supernovas. White dwarfs, neutron stars, black holes. It's a big question of how do we know the whole old star is simply by looking at it. Stars don't come by labels, including their age, and we could only be certain of the age of a star when you have this creation of the record. The Bible indicates the stars are all the same age. We are on day 4, while the other view would be nothing but speculation. We know this process takes millions of years. This again begs the question: how do you know at this eyewitness testimony creates such things? But this eyewitness testimony would have the creation of the cosmos. The Bible contradicts the explanation for such things that form over millions of years. The still so left with the God who creates the entity is really formed. Everything our God makes is perfect and complete. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 4. Anything less would make God seem incompetent. There's no logical problem with God making the universe functional form in the very first week indeed. It is alternative view that suffers logical inconsistency. The appearance of age. And that is an oxymoron. Age cannot be seen. This concession of appearance of age is refuted in the very article you are criticizing. It is really what you think, Jason, that God is really for neutron stars in the center of expanding a cloud of debris. It's really 6,000 years since the day's creation. The stars exploded, leaving behind neutron star core and explaining a cloud of gas, and such as a Crab Nebula, and man's witness of the event of the AD 1054 or 1054 made point of the simply no matter of the original condition which God of dynasty created the universe. Secularists of hypothetical view is a condition who have enough to it. I mean, they reject God's word and they have a false theory, and they may cry that God is deceitful for making the universe that look old. In fact, there's nothing more naturalistic than a routine basis and causes it to age. And since it's thinking of international, this begs the question: that's over that God formed that instead is a small step forwards from God, created light beams and route from the stars. But only a very small step. Not really. God has given some information about the condition of the stars, and that we were created to give light upon the earth. And when it comes to baggage of Stone Age text within the language of 20th century physics, a language understood of a few thousand people, opposed to form our life today. No, the Old Testament is written in Hebrew, and each book of the interpretation according to the conventions of respective generals. Nonetheless, God has breathed, and so he touches as a science and is correct. And the deceitful God, press of the literal interpretation of Genesis, irrespective of the very story that's open the honest God. Quite the opposite of what the universe will really be. The universe will be billions of years old. He will make God deceitful, and then he writes of the figure of the Exodus, verse 11. In 6 days, the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and the sea all that it is. The rest in the 7th day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the 7th day and made it holy. If God cannot be trusted, the time scale of creation. Now, of course, we have made no reason to trust his message of salvation in the Gospels in John chapter 3, verse 12, and the pricing of the comprising Genesis with secular notions very high indeed. So now we know about neutron stars are, right? They're just stars that got. So now you know what neutron stars are, right? They're just stars that have been that got exploded from a supernova. You know. Okay, so that's what neutron stars are, and they prove the so this video. So what's this video about neutron stars? Is that neutron stars prove the Bible and not evolution? That's what I try to tell you anyway. And also, you have to get saved according to the Bible. The point of evolution is to damn souls to hell. And when you go to heaven is to believe on Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith alone and grace alone, Jesus Christ alone. And once you say by easy is the truth, meaning that you can't lose your salvation. Easy says salvation is easy to do is believe in Jesus Christ for salvation. And we talk about next video is called what's about exotic matter. Well, I'll talk about that next video. Because I gotta go right now, but thank you for watching this video. And rejoice, bye.